So generally speaking, your results in any area of life come about through modelling the psychology of the culture that you're actually born into. So they come about through modelling the psychology, modelling the behaviours, modelling the emotions, modelling the behaviours, the actions, the beliefs, etc., etc., etc. Now, in terms of the results for most adults, the results generally end up with not enough access to free time. They generally end up with arguments or money arguments in relationships. In fact, even the research dating back decades ago, but more recently there's been more research that's suggesting that the number one breakup relationship stimuli is arguments over money. You hear and see people go into basically any capital city, any busy city, and you will see in the morning this flood of people going into the work environment and this flood of people coming out in the afternoons. You see it in public transport, you see it on the road systems, on the freeways, this mass of people going one way in the morning and this mass of people going one way in the evening. I mean, that's the work-life treadmill that people simply can't get off, which then exacerbates their arguments over money, and it exacerbates their lack of access to free time. The only time that they get is what the boss gives them off, which is basically the annual holiday, which was mandated by the unions, etc., etc., etc. But there's no actual free choice in any of that. And the lifestyle is based on daily routine. You get up, there's a daily routine. And that daily routine has generally centred around preparing and doing all the things you need to do in order to go to work. Then there's a daily routine in actually going to that work. Then there's a daily routine at that place. Then there's a daily routine in the afternoon. Then there's a daily routine in the evening, which then you go to bed, and basically everything is habit. So when it comes to money, the social engineers have actually shaped your thoughts. And we learned that when we looked at the work of Edward Bernays in the conditioning of consumption, the whole difference between a consumption code and an enterprise code. And we looked at, if you actually don't rebuild those foundations, then how can you actually not do anything else other than be immersed in those very, very, very powerful psychological tools?